Hello, I am Trish. I'm from Baba Yo Crochet, and I am here to give you a tutorial on making a little keychain bong. So some of you guys have seen these on my pages and you were wondering how to make them. They're super easy. And I originally started to make these for my table at the Calgary Comic Expo, which has been postponed to July. So yeah, so anyways, that's where these were kind of dreamed up, just some little fun little pipes. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how to make them. So as we go, I haven't written the pattern out, so as we go I'm going to write the pattern down, and then I'm going to make it into a written pattern to put on my page, my free crochet patterns. It is called Free Patterns by Baba Yo Crochet, and so you'll be able to find the written pattern on there as well. And if you aren't a member of that group already, please go ahead and join. You do have to request to join, but you're not automatically approved. So go ahead and do that. You'll find all kinds of free patterns on there, including things like the Baby Yoda, but it's actually called Baby Alien on there. And there's let me see, there's just tons and tons of stuff for you guys. This one is a really nice pattern to start with. It's a beginner amigurumi, and so we'll get started. You don't need very much. You don't need too many materials. What you'll need is some acrylic worsted weight yarn for the pipe, and then this, I don't really know how bongs work, so I don't know. Anyways, there's this little knob here. I don't know what that's for, but you need gray because it's a little metal piece on an actual bong. And then I had ordered some little fun charms to add to mine. I don't think you guys are going to have those at home, but maybe you will, I don't know. So you can add yours onto your key ring as well. So you can use either a key ring or one of these lanyard hooks. I've got a bunch of these. I've got a bunch of key rings too. So these lanyard hooks are kind of nice because you can just clip them onto your purse as well. So either or is fine. Or maybe you don't want to have it as a keychain at all, so, and that's okay too. Okay, so we'll get started. Now, just to let you know, you don't need a whole lot of yarn for this guy. So what I do is I have my basket full of ends, like my balls of ends. So I just go into my basket and use my my scrap yarn. So you'll need your G hook, 4.00 millimeters, and you're just gonna go ahead and get your acrylic yarn onto that. I'm using this really nice lilac color, just because I have kind of a nice ball of that. So I know there's a fancy way to get your yarn onto your hook. I don't know it, so all I do is tie mine on with a knot. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that, and we can begin. So to begin, we're going to be crocheting in the round, and so what you need to do is chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then join with a slip stitch into the first chain and draw a loop through. So you're going to slip stitch through so you make a circle. So it'll look like that then. And then into the circle you'll crochet 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And as I said, I'm just going to write down the pattern as we go, and so then I can make a really quick written pattern for you as well. So there we go. Now we're going to increase our next round. We're going to increase a round. So we're going to go from 9 stitches on one round to 18 stitches on the next round. So that looks like two crochets, 2 single crochets into 1. That's what an increase is. So we're going to go single crochet, and then into that same space, single crochet, and that's an increase. 2 single crochets in that one space. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so now it looks that big. Now we're going to increase to 27 stitches. So, just write this down as I go. So now we're going to go, our next round, we will do 1 single crochet, 1 increase. 1 single crochet, 1 increase, all the way around. We do that 9 times and bring it up to 27 stitches. So here we go. Single crochet, increase. 1 single crochet, 1 increase. And I'm going to just keep going, and I'm just going to count as I go. Multiples of 3 is kind of what we're doing. This is 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 2 single crochets. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. Okay. Now we're going to increase to 36. So that's going to be single, single, increase. So 2 single crochets, is that right? Yeah, 2 single crochets, 1 increase. So let's do that. Single, single, increase. Single, single, increase. And now it's multiples of 4. If that makes any sense to you, it makes sense to me. Single, single, increase. I'm at 12. And then I'm going to go to 16. That might be confusing. Maybe it's just something that makes sense to me in my head, so don't worry about it if it doesn't make any sense. 16, 17, 18, and an increase, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. Okay, we've got 36 stitches on here. I'm just going to double check and make sure that I actually do have 36 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. It might be easier if you're a person that uses stitch markers. It might be easier to keep track of your rounds or your stitches. I don't use stitch markers. I just always count in my head, so that's the way that I do it. Okay, so we went up to 36 stitches, and we want to probably start to make it go rounded. So we're just going to keep doing 36 stitches. I'm going to put in 1 row of 36 stitches here. Sorry, a round of 36 stitches. now we're starting to get kind of that bowl shape. There we go. And by the way, that was round 5. So we're going to be on round 6 now. And I think we will do one more round of 36 again. So on round 6, single crochet around. Okay, 36. Now what we're going to do, we've got a nice bowl shape happening here. We're going to decrease it now. So we're going to bring it up. So we're going to start to bring it in, curve it in. All right, so we're going to let me just grab my hook here. We are going to decrease now to 27. So to do that, we have to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we go single, single, decrease all the way around. Single, single, decrease. So it's 9 times. Taking it down to 27 stitches for each round. And I'll show you how to do that decrease. So a decrease is running 1 stitch over 2. So then it brings it together. So single crochet, decrease. Now here's what you're going to do. Oops. Bonk. For your decrease, you're gonna insert, yarn over, draw a loop through, insert in the next single crochet. I don't know if you can see that. I'll do another one for you. Okay, so let's do that. Single, single. Okay, here we go. So into the next single crochet, you're going to draw a loop through 1, and you're gonna have 2 stitches on your hook there, and now you're going to poke it into the next single crochet here, draw a loop through, so you've got 3 stitches on there, and yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, that's a decrease. So we're going to do that all the way around. We're going to do that 9 times. This is the 3rd one. Single, single, decrease. This is 4, single, single, decrease, 5, single, single, decrease, 6, single, single, decrease, 7, single, single, decrease, 8, single, single, decrease, and 9. Let's just double check and make sure we've got 27 stitches on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Good. Now we're going to do just a single crochet around, so that's going to be 27 stitches. 27 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. Okay, so now we've got this nice cup happening here. So we're going to take it down to 18 stitches now, which is 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. All the way around, you're decreasing the whole round by 9. So let's go ahead and do that. 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. Single crochet, 1 decrease, that's 2. Single, decrease, 3. Single, decrease, 4. Single, decrease, 5. Single, decrease, 6. Single, decrease, 7. Single, decrease, 8. Single, decrease, 9, I think. Let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, let me just write this down. Okay, and now we're going to just single crochet around. So 18 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oops, slipped out here, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and now is when we're going to put on our little face. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want this to come unraveled, I'm going to pull this out quite a ways, and then I'm just going to leave it there, because we're going to come back to this. We're not tying it off yet, we're not cutting the yarn yet, we're just going to leave it kind of hanging there. It is going to be in our way, but we're just going to live with that, and we're going to make our little face now. So, it's a happy little face, isn't it? So what you're going to need, we will start with the eyes. So I'm just going to grab some black yarn here in my basket. I know I've got an end of black in here somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to just take some of this yarn and find my scissors, maybe. Okay, and then I'm going to get out my embroidery needle. And now you can use, I do have a favorite embroidery needle that I like to use when I'm doing my stitches, like if I'm stitching pieces together. But if I'm doing faces, like little faces, I actually find that a pointy ended embroidery needle seems to be, I don't know, a bit more precise, sort of. So I'm going to use my pointy one for this, for putting in the eyes. So the way that I do my eyes, I do French knots. Now French knots, I don't know if I'm a very good person for explaining how to do French knots. So I'm going to do my best. If you don't know what I'm doing and what I'm doing it doesn't make sense, go ahead and Google it, or you can just do like straight stitches up and down. Like you don't have to do a French knot. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So I'm actually going to put this down a little bit so you can see a bit better. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see here, I think I'm going to put my eye about there. So, put my thumb there to guide me. And I'm going to pull up my black yarn, and then I'm going to hold on to this tail because it might want to fall through. It might want to like come all the way through. So now to do a French knot, you're going to take your embroidery needle and down close to the base, you're going to wrap it, I wrap it twice. So I go 1, 2, and then I try to keep it nice and tight, those wrapping really close to the base, and then I'm going to put my needle back inside but not through the same space, but very close to the same space. So I'm going to just do that, and then I'm just going to bring my needle up here and pull it. Okay, so I'm going to just hold on to it. I find that my French knots are better if I kind of control it through by holding on. Now let's see how it came out. Pretty good. So it's like a little bump. See how it's kind of like a little bump on the top there? That's what a French knot is. Okay, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to go, let's see how many stitches apart we have here. So this is about 1, 2, 3 stitches maybe, 3-ish stitches. So that'll be here, 1, 2, I'm going to make it come through this part right here. So I'm going to go about there. I'm going to do my French knot again, and I'm going to, so that's going to be loop it around, keep it close to the base, and then, oops, came off. So that's what you have to be careful of here. 1, 2, wait a minute. 1, 2, and then poke it through, very close, but not the same place where you first put your needle through. And then, oops, hold on. Went a little fast there. Okay, we might have to redo this one, guys. I think I went a little fast. Oh no, I think he's going to be okay. It's a little crooked. Can I live with it? This is a question you have to ask. Can you live with it if it's not perfect? And my answer for this one is yes. I can live with that. Okay, so there are the eyes. I'm just going to do this, turn it inside out a little bit so that I can tie these ends together in a knot. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I always tie 3. Seems to hold better for whatever reason, and then I'm just going to trim that off. And it's not going to matter really, you know, how much yarn you have in there, because it's all going to be hidden on the inside anyways. Okay, so now we're going to do a little mouth. So I'm going to use, let me see here, I've got some scraps, but they're not the right size. So, get my yellow or my red yarn here. I'll take some of that, and I'm going to put it onto my pointy embroidery needle, and you'll see on here that the mouth is about 1 stitch down from the eyes. You see that there's a space here between the eyes and the mouth is about 1 stitch. Okay, so and then it's as even as possible in between the eyes. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do now. So going in again from the top, and I'm going to pull it through again. I'm going to hold on to this end though so it doesn't all come through, and I'm going to do 1 little stitch going down about there, and I'm going to pull it through. So there's 1/2 of the mouth, and I'm going to do the opposite on the other side, making sure that it's as even as possible. We'll see how it is once it's all done. Okay, and then down here again. It's a little crooked, but I think I can live with it. So again, we're going to just kind of poke it so that the inside is on the outside and we can tie our knot. I'm just going to snip off the ends just a little bit here so it's not getting tangled on the inside while I'm trying to do the cheeks. Okie dokie, and now we just need a little bit for these cheeks. So I'm going to grab some pink and I would say that you want to cut too much yarn. You don't want to try to be skimping it out on this stuff, because you want to make sure you have enough. It's much easier to work with too much than with too little. Alright, so now with these cheeks, we're going to put them directly below the eyes and right beside the mouth, okay? So they're straight down and straight over. And we'll see how many, we might need a few little stitches there. I have very thin pink yarn here, so we'll see how we go here. I'm still not holding this up enough, am I? Okay, here we go. So I'm going to just do that. And I think I'm going to need probably 3 stitches here because this yarn is super thin. Okay, and then I'm just going to go and poke it right over here to the other side. Oops. Let's get it in a better spot just below that eye. And I'm going to put in 3 little stitches there. And same thing. Once that's done, oops, now we're going to have to do 4. Well, this is not totally even, guys, but I'm going to live with it because I just kind of want to show you how to do this. So it's kind of crooked, but it's not too bad. That one cheek, this one cheek is down a little. It's okay though. Okay, we're going to poke it through and tie a knot and cut it off. And then we can finish up the body of the pipe. Alright, so now we've got our little face on, our little happy face. It's so cute. So we're gonna start with our the body color again. So I'm just gonna pop it in there, tighten it up, and we stopped at 18 single crochets. And I just want to look at this guy. Okay, we're going to take it down to 15 now. So that is going to be, we're going to go single, 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 so single, 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 decrease. So 4 single crochets, 1 decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. So we're going to do that 3 times around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. 1. So sorry, when I counted to 5, that was a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 single crochet. Now 1 decrease. So we've decreased around 3 stitches. There'll be 15 stitches on here, okay? So this is round, let's see what round we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So round 11 is 4 single crochets, 1 decrease. Repeat that around to get 15 stitches onto that round. Just looking here. Okay, we're going to go to 12. We're going to take her down to 12. Are we? Hold on. Let me look here. Yeah, we're going to take her down to 12. So that's going to look like 3 single crochets, 1 decrease all the way around. So you're going to repeat 3 single crochets, 1 decrease. That's going to take you down to 12 stitches. And after that, we'll probably stuff the base here. So 3 single crochets and 1 decrease. So So single, 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 decrease. One more time, single, 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 decrease. Okay, now we're at 12 stitches. Now is a good time for us to stuff the bottom part. And we won't come up too high. We want to keep the stuffing down so that it's not popping out, because then it gets in the way when we're trying to crochet. So I'm just going to grab my fiber fill here. And now, if you've seen any other videos of mine, you're going to know that I kind of hold on to it as I use my hand almost as an exoskeleton. So I give it some support on the outside as I'm stuffing it. If I'm holding it up here and stuffing it in, it's going to get like lumps all over the place. So if I sort of control where the stuffing is going or the shape that I want to maintain, I'm going to find that a lot easier. Now you want to stuff them firmly, but not so much that you can see the stuffing through the stitches. Now, for those of you just starting out with amigurumi and starting to make, just starting out crocheting even, that might be tricky. So I've been crocheting a long time. I have pretty tight tension, which means that my stitches are quite close together. And maybe you're just starting out and maybe your stitches are not very tight and not close together, and that's okay. So you just have to keep going, and it'll come with time. It's almost like making bread. Like when you first start making bread, you don't really know what you're doing, you don't know how it's supposed to feel, you don't know the texture and all of that. That's kind of how this is too. So don't be discouraged if your work doesn't come out perfect. It's not supposed to come out perfect. It's never going to come out perfect right away. So just please don't be discouraged. Okay, sorry. This is where I stopped. So you can kind of see that I haven't stuffed it all the way to the top. It's pretty close to the top, but not quite there. So that's where you can stop. And now I'm going to be crocheting up this part. So, and I'm just going to go, I'm going to single crochet around. Let me see how many rows I need to do for that. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 10 rows of 12 single crochets around, and then we can do the top and that little metal piece, and then that's it. So please let me know how your bongs go. I'm interested to see how you're doing. I love it when you share your projects with my patterns. I love to see the pieces that you make. So go ahead and you can either message those to me or share them on our Facebook page. So yes, I was going to be making, and I am going to still make a bunch of these guys for the Calgary Comic Expo, which was supposed to occur at the end of April, and of course can't. And so it has been rescheduled for July. That seems ambitious to me. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's okay. You know, one thing that I'm good at is being flexible. So yeah, so we'll just do that. I will probably have these for sale in my Etsy shop though, in the meantime. The question that I get sometimes is, can you sell the things that you make using my patterns? And yes, absolutely you can. So I don't know, I think there might be some designers that don't want you to, but to me it's fine. Like if you're using my pattern to make something to sell, that's great, I love it. If you get a chance to tell people whose pattern it is, even better, but if you don't, that's cool too. Okay. We're getting there. Okay, I'm going to just finish this round and then I'm going to see how many I have got. We'll take a little look here and see how he looks. See if he looks balanced enough, we can stop. I think we might be there. Let's see. I think that's good. Now this yarn, just so you know, is thicker than this yarn. So it is a little bit bigger, but that's okay. You know, I'm going to go up, I'm going to do 2 more rows on this guy, and then we'll tie it off, and then I'm going to count and see how many rows we have all together. And I think I'm going to stop here at this row here when I look at it. I think this is probably going to be good. Alrighty. Let's take a peekaroo. Okay, how's he look? Yeah, that's good. I like that. Alrighty. So I'm going to count now. I'm going to count the rows here. I'm going to show you where I count from. So at the bottom here, you can kind of see where round 1 turns into round 2, which is right here. You see that? So round 1 turns into round 2 about there. So when I'm counting my rows, I start at the end of round 1. So just before it turns into round 2 is where I start counting. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. Nice round number. Love it. Okay, I'm going to tie it off now. So I'm going to just pull this through. I'm going to leave a fairly long tail. Let me think here. No, I don't think I need to leave too long of a tail on this part, but long enough so that I can tuck it in and it's not going to spring out. So I'm going to cut it off here, and I'm going to tuck it in. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to stuff this top, and then we're going to crochet a little circle to stitch on the end here to keep that stuffing in. So let's stuff it. Let's stuff the end. And I'm going to use my the end of my crochet hook to kind of tuck it in there. I want to make sure that I get it kind of firm in this part here so it's not all wibbly wobbly. And I'm going to do a little bit more. And I'd say that's good. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to just do a simple little circle that we're going to tuck inside and then stitch around. You might have a better idea. This is how I do it. If you have a better way to close the top, then let me know. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way instead of just tying it off and decreasing it, I don't want it to be round up here. I want it to be straight across. I don't want it to be round. So if I just kept decreasing, it would have a bump on it, and I just want it straight. So that's why we're doing it this way. So I'm going to get my yarn onto my hook again here, and very simply I'm going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to slip stitch in that first chain to make a circle, and then into the circle I'm going to single crochet 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then I'm going to tie it off, but I'm going to leave a long tail because this is what I'm going to stitch with. Now here is where I like to use my blunt embroidery needle. Just have to see if I can find it. I think it's still on my table here, somewhere underneath all my things. Okay. I'm going to use my other embroidery needle that I have out right now, but the reason why I like to use my blunt one for stitching for this part is because sometimes the pointy ones actually get caught. They get tangly, sort of, when you're trying to stitch things together for whatever reason. I don't know. Anyways, that's my experience. Maybe it's not your experience. Just see. There we go. I got it through. Okay, so now I'm going to just get my embroidery needle on the other side. There's my top, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tuck this in. I'm going to get this guy tucked in first, and then pop that in there. And just sort of pop it down like that, and then I'm just going to stitch in and out through the outside and through the inside all the way around. And I know that there are only 9 stitches on the inside piece here, and there are 12 stitches on the outside, but it won't really matter. Poking it in as you need to. I keep holding it down. I hope you guys are seeing this okay. Okay. I think we've got it. Let me see here. I'll do one more. Just to be sure. Okay, so there's my top is in there. My stuffing isn't going to come out, and I've got a nice straight end there. So I'm just going to do my knot. And then I'm going to poke this in a few times. I'm going to zip it through, and that way when I cut it off, it'll be long enough so that it's not going to spring out at some point. So I'm just going to give that a trim. Okay, we're almost finished, guys. Now we're just going to do this little metal piece here. Gray, obviously. And for that one, I actually used a 3.25 millimeter crochet hook to make it really tiny. So I'm just going to do that. That is not it. Here it is. So there's my 3.25 millimeter hook. It's just quite a bit smaller than the one that I've been using. So here's my gray. Now, if you find that it's too difficult to use the small hook with your worsted weight yarn, then don't do it. Just keep using your 4.0 millimeter, okay? Your little metal piece here is going to be maybe a little bit bigger, but it's not going to make that much difference. So I'm just going to get my yarn onto my hook, but I'm going to leave a little bit longer yarn on the end because I'm going to be tucking that in. You're going to have to tuck that in. So I'm going to make it quite a bit longer than I normally would if I was just starting to tie my yarn onto my hook. Oops. Alrighty, so it looks like that. I've got that much there, and I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to slip stitch to make a circle, just like we've been doing, and then into the circle I'm going to single crochet 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then for the next round I'm just going to single crochet around. So 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and I'm going to tie it off, leaving a long tail for stitching. So now I have this little cup shape, and I'm going to add a few stitches. I'm just going to stitch it onto the side of the bong. Just with a few stitches. Now, I don't know if that's the right place. I think it is, but maybe it needs to go a little higher or lower. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm going to just stick mine right on the side of this. So I'm going to put mine about there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just get my I'm just going to get it down to the bottom, and this part is not going to be precise at all, and we're going to leave this part hanging out from the center here, and I'm going to hold it with my thumb and add a few stitches and just stitch it right onto the side there. Okay, so now I've got it on there. I'm happy with that. I think that's where it's supposed to go. That's where this one's going anyways. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this one through. I'm going to poke it right through, and I'm going to bring it up close to where this other one is coming out. I'm going to tie it in a knot. So 3 knots. 1, 2, 3. And then I am going to get this other end onto the needle, and I'm going to zip it through a few times to get that end in. Now this is kind of frayed here on the end, so I'm just going to give it a trim, because I don't think I can get it through the eye of this embroidery needle with it being so frayed. And it might be tricky because I already have one through here, but I'm going to do it. Okay, let's see if that'll work. Alright, and we'll just zip it in. And it's come off of my hook here, but you know what? I think that's going to be fine because it's far enough away that I know it's not going to come through and then end up poking out there. So I'm just going to cut it off. Okay, there we go, guys. There's your little pipe. Now you can easily just either stitch your ring right on there, or you can do use some string and tie it on there. However you want to do that to get the keychain on there. But there you go. There's your bong. Hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing your finished product. Have a great day. Catch you later.